up, everybody? Happy Thursday. R.I.P. Dickie Betts. Longtime member of Allman Brothers Band. Passed away from cancer. He was 80 years old. Sad, sad loss for the music world. It's what's happening. What's up? Yeah, Dickie Betts died. I'm sorry. That's the energy I came in with today. I'm not even like dialed in for the stream yet. I'm just like, what up? I'm sorry. I don't even mean to be glib about Dickie dying. I'm just like what's going on? Goodness gracious. Today was my Friday too. I'm taking off all of tomorrow. Can't believe I missed a week and Eric finally joined and now this. I tell you what, man. You never know what's going to happen with TIMBP Live. Hey, what up, Arsenic Culture? Jason, I'm assuming. If not, what up to the rest of the crew? Hope y'all are doing well. Why is my frame rate looking weird? Maybe it's not. I don't know, man. You would assume correctly and hope you're doing well too. Oh, sorry about that. Thank you. It has been a week. I am exhausted. I am running on literally nothing but fumes at this point. Also, Stacy, 4-Leaf Whiskey. Hello, good to see you. My week, my exhausting week basically started on Saturday with doing our taxes. As last minute as it could have gotten, I finally finished everything up. I mean, I finished everything up on Sunday. Got all our paperwork and our payments submitted and everything on Monday. And, I mean, as far as I know, everything's good to go. Don't know one way or another. I do know it was accepted at the very least, so we'll see in 4 to 6 weeks, if not longer. Who's to say? Couldn't say one way or another. That government's gonna keep you waiting. Then so I guess I'll start the stream out by talking a little bit about myself and what's been going on in my personal life. Because I am live and alive, just barely, but here we are. It is 80 degrees and sunny, as can be in Lexington, Kentucky. It has been a beautiful week, I tell you what. My goodness, it has been nice. It'd be nice if I had been able to enjoy it a little bit longer. I would say, but I've been stuck inside for most of it, working like crazy. But I intended to work 4 10-hour days this week with the intent of taking Friday off, which I have done. I have successfully completed a 40-hour work week in 4 days. I am beat. I am exhausted. I am ready to call it quits. Slide into the weekend. 3-day weekend, self-imposed. Don't mean to yawn right off the bat, but you know, when you cram an entire work week into a couple of days, and when you edit a podcast. You ask people to give you feedback on your podcast in the form of a Google survey, which, by the way, if you've not done yet, it's in the description below. You want to let us know what you think about the show? The actual podcast, not TIMBP Live, not the YouTube show. That's different. That's a whole different schmear of things. You can do so. My brain is operating at about 5%, but that's okay. 'Cause that's why we got the whiskey. And I got plenty of stuff that I've got to drink. I was planning on drinking through all the bourbons that are going to be at TIMBP Live in Lexington, Kentucky on May 25th. At Base 110. Going to be our biggest live show ever, where we are going to be joined by the one and only Kenny Coleman of the Bourbon Pursuit podcast. He's going to be our co-host for the evening. We are going to be interviewing some folks from different distilleries. Those distilleries are going to be offering samples of their product for people to taste. There's going to be food available from local Lexington vendors that you are going to be able to munch on throughout the evening. Those interviews are going to take place not all at once, kind of intermittently throughout the evening as well. So it's not going to be our regular podcast, a live podcast style. It's going to be kind of like a corner of a excuse me, a bourbon convention. It's going to be very different, very interesting. If those tickets interest you, they are at the link in the description below as well. They are limited, but they are very cheap, $35 a pop. Check all that out. Yeah, figure I'd go ahead and get something poured up, because I am dry as a bone, aside from my sparkling LaCroix Pure. Which, if it's going to make me belch or burp, I will shut my mic off in response to the fine folks who have responded to the survey. I don't want to upset anybody. I'm sorry. I'm working on myself, okay? I'm trying to do better. I'm taking weight loss pills. I mean, not like actual weight loss pills. Not like gas station weight loss pills where it's like I might be giving myself cancer. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll start. You know what? I'll start with the lowest proof. Golly, this bottle's heavy. We're going to kick things off with the Bardstown Bourbon Company Origin Series. The rye 6-year-old bourbon. 36% rye, mind you. Golly, this number of folks who are in here is just fluctuating. Ooh, like crazy. Not sure who all is still in here. But if you're drinking anything, let me know. And if not, I know it's still early for some, late for others. But we do have 2 hours of content that we're going to get through. We're going to talk about some of the news. There is not a whole lot to get through this week. It's been a very slow bourbon news week. Oddly enough. So we'll get there. Maybe we'll just chat. Maybe we'll just have a good time for a couple hours and just see what's been going on with people. That's the other thing too with this whole weight loss journey. I've not been drinking nearly as much, and so all of my senses are like way elevated. At 6 years old, it's insane. Excuse me, how complex this smells. Tony likes having a good time. Wow, Tony, you might be the only person who's in here still. Got one. Oh, nope. Up to 2. Our normal live stream time, and nobody's here. Nutso. Absolutely nutso. YouTube and StreamYard have been doing very strange things this week, kicking people out of live streams, numbers fluctuating wildly, like you mentioned already. What do you mean? Like not showing the actual numbers? Or not, like, letting people know that we're live? Doing very strange, kicking people out of live streams numbers? I don't know. Maybe I should blast off on Twitter. Or maybe if I can actually get to Twitter. There's no Twitch. There I am. Ah! Come back. All the brands that will be at TIMBP Live 2024 in May. Get in now, jabronis. Give me my... There we go. Like Tuesday, Junkie stream went from their usual 400 to 28, with some people saying they were kicked out and dropped into other videos. Maybe we should just go to Twitch. Just go watch on Twitch. Let's just all watch on Twitch tonight. I don't know. What? That's so weird. It just kicks him out? Why on earth? I don't get it. I don't understand at all. I mean, like, that's not even, like, close to normal numbers. Tell you what, I don't know the best way to do this, because I don't want to, like... Because YouTube, it's gonna, like, tank YouTube. Oh, actually. Yes. There we go. Okay. 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 Maybe this is how I'm gonna do it. Doing a weird, like, dual streaming thing. Okay, well, we'll see how this works. I don't know. I might have to, like, download the VOD from Twitch and throw it up as a video on YouTube. I don't know. We'll see. But one way or another, I'm not sure how you might be watching this one way or another. But thank you for being here. I'm sorry for the weird technical difficulties. This is very peculiar. Just very... I'm going to have to set this up real quick. I apologize. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me go to studio mode so that you don't have to see that. There we go. Where is everyone? Clifton, something apparently is going on with StreamYard. So I am it's like not notifying people that I'm live, and also like kicking people out of the stream for some reason. I don't know. It's really strange. So I'm just like natively going live through OBS on Twitch, but also going like dual live on YouTube. So I don't know. I'm trying to dual wield and see what works, and hopefully one way or another, if it doesn't work well on YouTube, people will watch the replay, or it'll show up on Twitch better. I truly don't know. I have no clue. So we're gonna find out together. I'm gonna get my sriracha out of the shot in my meds. I don't think my meds were in the shot, but at the very least, put the Bardstown origin in there. Seems like people are kind of, but then they like quickly drop off. I just don't know. It's so bizarre. I've got like 3 different shots of myself. Which I don't love. It's too much of me. Too much of me. Anyway, I'm drinking on the Bardstown. Can I go back and can't pin this? Drinking on the Bardstown Origin Series Rye Bourbon. Which smells so much older than 6 years old. I'd say it probably drinks right about 6 years old, though. It's pretty close. Too much me and not enough you. It's got to be a song lyric. Surely it is. Somewhere. I don't know. Hey, if you want to support the show too, whether you're watching on the replay, or if you're watching live and you're just as confused as I am by how any of this is working out, you can do so by following the Stream Elements link, which is pinned at the top of the Twitch chat and at the top of the YouTube chat. And you can use that to do what we call Snuffy Chats. It is our system of super chatting. Excuse me. And we call it such because of Mr. Snuffleupagus back here. Nope, not the professor. There he is. Who is the patron saint of TIMBP Live. You feed him because he gets hungry. Supports the show, supports Snuffy. We appreciate it. And if it's too much for you, just being here's enough. Like it. You're probably already subscribed. So I don't want to harp on it too much, but we do appreciate you. You're the best. You're the best. What should we do next? I don't want to go full Fantano on you, but I watch enough needle drop videos that it just kind of slips out sometimes. So I apologize. What's everybody drinking? What do you got? What do you got in your glass? I'm padding a little bit too because there's just not very much news. And I'm gonna kind of be I'm gonna be getting through it a little bit quicker than normal tonight. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway. Like I said at the top of the stream too, this was my Friday. So I'm feeling a little bit loosier and goosier than normal. I'm just enjoying being live and alive. I'm a little bit more relaxed now that things have evened out, I suppose. But I crunched my 40 hours into 4 days. So hello, Emily Chambers. News. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. The first half hour of this like earlier stream is basically just letting people get in here. It's like me just hanging out and shooting the breeze for a little bit, which is completely fine. I mean, it's just a way to get warmed up, I suppose. I just poured Bardstown Fusion 2. Is that a Dusty? Nah, but it's got 48% Kentucky 12-year-old. It feels like a Dusty at this point. What's crappin'? Hello, Bill. Excuse me. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. It's been a minute since you've been on a live stream, but it is very good to see you. Hope things have been happening and crapping for you. Hey, Bill's here. Folks, I got to tell you too. I don't mean to, you know. I don't mean to put the cart before the horse. But the bubble might be bursting. I did see on the shelf as I was shopping for tonight's bottles. On the shelf. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Actually on the shelf. How crazy is that? Not behind a counter, not like you know, on a glass like counter, or like behind register, whatever. Like actually in the row at the store. It was nuts, man. It was wild. It was crazy sauce. I was not prepared for it. When did I get a horse? I wasn't supposed to talk about it. I'm sorry. It's classified. It's confidential information. I'm really, really sorry. Limit 1? No, there was no limit on the bottles. That's actually a much more important question than whether or not I saw it, Tony. If it had been limit 1, I would have been more concerned. But it was not, in fact, limit 1. It was limit none. It was limit whatever you could stuff into your bag and pay for, of course. But just a couple, and even still, just a couple spaces down from it too was Larceny Barrel Proof. I'm not saying that Larceny Barrel Proof being on the shelf is as good of an indicator that nature is healing. But we're moving in the right direction, y'all. We're getting somewhere. Life is finding a way. I mean, I feel good. I'm feeling positive about it. I don't know about you, though. Maybe it's just me. I hope you have a big trunk. Don't talk about my booty that way. I feel they are releasing more now. This feels very similar to what we saw in beer. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. We'll see though. we will certainly see in the coming years, boys. That was a good beginning to the proof ladder, as it were. All right, I have not had this bourbon in a minute. I was very excited to see it on the shelf, though. And I'm very excited that one of these two gentlemen is going to be joining us for TIMBP Live as well on May 25th in Lexington, Kentucky. And if you have not yet gotten your tickets, they are available in the description below. Not a whole lot. They are very cheap, so they will probably go fairly quickly. It's going to be a great time. You can come hanging out with us. And by the way, our hotel deal with 21C is only available until the 23rd. That is this coming Tuesday. So if you are planning on coming and staying in Lexington as well, you only have a few days left. We have a few rooms left as well. So please, please, please. That link is also in the description below. So if that is in your plans, please act now, quickly, fast. As my little brother would say when he was potty training and he really needed to go take a leak. Hoey, hoey, hoey. Anyway, this is Pursuit United, the Oak Collection. Blended straight bourbon whiskeys finished with toasted American and French oak. 108 proof. Excited to get into this one. I love those guys. I'm very excited to have Kenny on the podcast. We've been, I mean, it has literally been since the show started, or at least within the year that the show started, that I've been trying to and it's not that excuse me. It's not that he hasn't wanted to. It's not that Kenny and Ryan haven't been interested in it. It's just not lined up. But that we've been trying to get them on TIMBP. And this was just a good opportunity for it. So, here we are. Kenny's gonna be on a TIMBP Live, the event. I'm super pumped. You guys aren't gonna want to miss it. I suppose it's time for us to go ahead and make our way into the news. Apologies for a little bit of a delay, but we are, as I said, a little bit scant on the news, as it were, this week. So, here we go. Let us begin with the first of a couple of things. Gene A. Jake over on Twitch, wishing you a blissful Thursday. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is nice to see first-time chatter stopping by. No problem. Thank you. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty well. Glad to hear. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's been been a long week, but things are improving. Today was my Friday, so here we are. Sorry, moving back. I included this story for anybody who's interested, of course, because I do believe that some folks would be somewhat inclined to participate. Do I sell like bourbon? No, Gene A. Jake, I do not sell bourbon. I only talk about it on the internet. But thank you for asking. Anyway, this is coming from Tony Loves Lamp. Tony does love lamp. This is coming from a news outlet in Northern Kentucky. CASA, which is a wonderful organization that my wife actually her sorority when she was in college supported. They are hosting a raffle with some Weller, of course. Excuse me. If anybody wants the link, I will throw it in chat. Oops. There it is on YouTube. And there it is on Twitch. What am I up to today? Gene A. Jake. I am just streaming at the moment. Anyway, there are 250 total tickets if you want to be a part of it. They are $100 per ticket. The prizes include Weller Special Reserve, Weller 12, Weller Antique 107, Weller Single Barrel, CYPB, and Weller Foolproof. There will be a live drawing held on Friday, April 26, 2024. So that's coming up very soon. Next week at 10 a.m. at Casa, located in Bowling Green, Kentucky. The winner will be contacted by phone and or email after the drawing. The winner does not have to be present to win, and all proceeds will benefit CASA's mission to recruit and train citizen volunteers to advocate for abused and neglected children in the foster care and family court systems. If you would like to, of course, participate in the raffle, there is a link. I sent the link in the both Twitch and YouTube chats. So if that is something that you would like to participate in, there you have it. Tony, Bag of Donuts, with the $10 Snuffy Chat. Thank you very much, buddy. I love Lamp. I am glad you love Lamp. I'm glad to have you on. What's my streaming schedule usually? Gene A. Jake. I stream bourbon stuff on Thursday nights at 7 Eastern. I stream video games on the weekend, usually in the afternoons, depending on when my toddler is taking a nap. If you want to go watch the VOD of me playing Minecraft, basically for the first time from a couple weeks ago, that is up there. And I will be going back to that world, hopefully in, hanging with donuts. Sorry, Tony. I will hopefully be going back to that Minecraft world in the next couple of weeks. Not this weekend, though, because I am going to be busy. But I do like streaming video games when I get the chance. But that being said, please come hang whenever you get the chance. And as you can tell, I have not gotten to the point where I have subscriptions yet on Twitch, but please do follow so you can see when I do go live and all that. Top Dog over on YouTube. Cheers all. Cheers to you, Top Dog. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're drinking something nice. Haven't yet taken a sip of this here Oak Collection Pursuit United. I need to do so. Everything smells very oaky to me tonight. Oh, this smells fantastic. Oh, the French oak. Perfectly balanced. Perfectly balanced on there. Love it. Okie dokie. You're right, Tony. All right, moving on to more news. Speaking of Bardstown Bourbon Company Origin Series, there's a new label approval for the wheated bourbon. This is... Have we talked about this? Is this just coming across for Bourbon News on Twitter? I feel like it is. Drinking an MGP blend of mine. Oh, that sounds nice. Top Dog. I kind of want that now. I feel like we talked about this particular Origin series recently. Am I crazy? Chat, let me know. Am I crazy? I mean, don't let me know if I'm crazy. Let me know if we've talked about this already. Higher proof wheated bourbon from Bardstown. I think we have. 106 proof. So not only do we have, like, less news than I thought, one of the pieces of news that we have, we've already talked about. Well, anyway, just in case you missed it, 6-year-old 106 proof wheated bourbon, 53% corn, 39% wheat, 8% malted barley. Joseph Brazo's in the chat. It is good to see you. What's your favorite up-and-coming... Oh, distillery? I was like, what's a Dosty? What's my favorite up-and-coming distillery? Right now? Go home, old man. You're drunk. New Riff, probably. Donnie the Linux cat. What? Donnie, my goodness gracious, is it good to see you? Boy, howdy, am I happy to see you. I missed you. I missed your presence, I suppose. Sorry, Gene A. Jake. I don't know if you're still in the Twitch chat, but I am also streaming on YouTube because I have a YouTube community as well. I've been through your YouTube. It looks sick. Oh, thank you. So I'm also talking to the YouTube folks as well. I've seen. There you go. Up and coming, maybe Corbin Cash if they're up and coming. I don't know. I don't know who my up and coming distillery is. Like, I feel like I want to say New Riff, but are they even still up and coming at this point? First, I thought you were streaming on Kick. No, I'm not streaming on Kick. No, just YouTube and Twitch. I would not make. I don't think Kick is not really my speed personally, but that's just to me. I am glad you are happy to see me. I'm always happy to see you, Donnie. What are you talking about? New Riff is pretty well known, so let me rephrase. Favorite lesser known distillery. Bill, I promise I'm not fishing for, like, it might be a little bit of, like, not recency bias, I guess, but at least, like, associative bias based on the fact that you're the one asking the question. I do love J. Henry. See, my problem with Augusta is that they're not actually distilling. They're just sourcing. Old Pogue's doing some pretty great stuff. Do I have any plans for the content? Gene A. Jake, I've been doing a podcast about bourbon for almost 7 years now. The streaming stuff is just kind of supplementary to it. I haven't done anything with the video game stuff just yet. I probably will do some edited videos with the VODs, just as like bonus content. But the Bourbon Podcast has been that's been like my bread and butter for a long time. So that's where like the YouTube community has come from. And all that. I mean, it's not that I don't, guys, it's not that I don't love Augusta. It's not that I don't love the products that they're putting out. It's just I don't know if I can consider them a distillery, because they're not distilling product, you know? So, it is what it is. But, anyway, moving on. New Riff. Speak of the devil. Is actually putting out an 8-year rye whiskey. Don't you think something that will incorporate your podcast stuff with gaming elements together, it will look wonderful? By the way, you can call me Gene. Yeah, I'll call you Gene. Yeah, I've thought about doing some, like... Can you please do a quick Herbert impression? What is this stream tonight? What is going on? I'm all over the place. Okay, Tater Dom, give me something to say with the Herbert impression. Gene, I'll come back to your question in just a second. Hang tight. I do a really good, Gene, since you're new to the community, I do a really good, why is Spider-Man now trending on Twitter? I don't know. I don't know, but you have the best Herbert impression. I do a really good Herbert the Pervert impression from Family Guy. Shoot. Now I'm on the spot and I don't know what to. Somebody's gonna have to call the paper boy. Haven't seen the paper boy in a few days. Hoping he'll bring me the good news. Where are you? I got some popsicles in the basement. That's all it took. That's all it took was just the laughing face. Why? This stream is so scuffed, man. What am I doing? What am I doing? I feel like thanks for coming to the TIMBP stream. Happy to be here. Happy to have you watching. This has been a real thrill. Thanks has never been better. Sometimes. All right, I'm going way too improv now. Sometimes I get a little tingly, and you know it makes me feel better. Seeing the paper boy. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Let's go. Gene's loving it on Twitch. Let's go. Who's your favorite superhero? Mine's gotta be Spider-Man. The way he wears those sweet, sweet tights. They hug his little buns. Gene, no, I did not answer your question. I'm sorry. Let me go back to it. Don't you think something that will incorporate your podcast stuff with gaming elements together, it would look wonderful? I am so when I do the video game stuff on Twitch, I typically am drinking bourbon as well. So I am kind of like I am crossing those two things over together. It's not like a perfect integration between the two, but there is something there. I'm just trying to kind of like work out the best way to do it. So the short answer is yes. The long answer is I don't know how just yet. but thank you for your interest in it, and I'll stay tuned for it because there is more to come. Jake Miller on YouTube. Hello, Jake. Jake, have I ever told you that I had a really good friend growing up named Jake Miller? I think I have. And I know it's not you. But but it is good to see you here, buddy. All right. Anyway, back to the stuff. New Riff has they just put out their 8-year-old bourbon. They got a rye coming out too. I know I said on the podcast and people corrected me because I said it a bunch and I knew I was wrong coming out of it. Well, I corrected myself in the middle of it. But it's not bottled in bond. It's just 100 proof, although it is 8 years old. Gene, you're kind of a happy person. I am a happy person. I appreciate that. Thank you for noting. Anybody who is anybody who's been watching or listening to the podcast or my streams for a while knows I'm a generally very jovial, happy person. But yeah, thank you. You can lump me in as a comfy streamer, I guess, in some capacity. But yeah, I'm excited for this New Riff 8-year rye. I don't know what to think about this from Jim Beam. If anybody has any thoughts, also Top Dog, headed to dinner. See you on the next one. Have a great dinner. I was called Jake the Younger in high school as a joke since I was 2013 and he was class of 2012. I gotcha. Oh, you said you went to high school with another Jake. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so this is a Jim Beam Winter Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. A smooth amber bourbon aged for 6 years, then finished in new toasted white oak barrels. So it's just a toasted bourbon? Is that it? Winter Reserve. Is that all? Am I missing anything with it? 86 proof. What a weird proof for it, I feel like. Is anybody catching anything else? Winter Reserve means we will bottle it in the winter? Maybe? I don't know. Or release it in the winter? I really don't know what the meaning of Winter Reserve is. There's no vanilla and cinnamon. It's like a hot toddy. Whoops. Sorry. Forgot to turn my audio back on. I thought he was just reading to himself. My mic didn't die. I just forgot to turn my mic back on. Sorry about that. Where did I leave off? You thought you were just watching me scroll on Twitter? Crap. How long was I talking for? Okay, I'm gonna back up. Did I respond? Did you hear me respond to Jake? Because I said to Jake, I responded to Jake's, I can't wait for the summer and spring reserve, or stick with KC 120 because it's great as is. And I thought Tony's comment about squirrely tea. Okay, it just seems like I didn't. And then I was trying to figure out why Spider-Man was trending on Twitter. And it was because the movie just re-released. Tech issues with Perry. Gene, I don't know if you saw, if you heard me say what I said. You probably didn't. But what I said was, hit me up with a whisper on Twitch, and I would be happy to hear what you had in mind for the content integration. I am very curious. Would you have? I died post Spider-Man. They're called whispers now on Twitch, yeah. Bill. Anyway, so what I was saying about Justin's and Railbird. They've apparently got a bourbon coming out for Railbird, which is all fine and good. I'm really bummed. I'm not going to be at Railbird, even though I applied for media passes. They just denied it. They didn't really give a reason why. So, whatever. It's fine. Whatever. Moving on. Green River 1885. All we know is it's 85 proof. That's literally it. And non-chill filtered. We've got no other information. Couldn't tell you a daggum other thing about it. But we'll see when it comes out. And then last but not least, apparently they're doing Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel single barrels now. Which I'm very excited for. Bill's headed out. Good to see you, Bill. They think "Make Mine an 85" will catch on as a tagline. Yeah, it's a weird tagline. But, I mean, easily, you know, one of the biggest, like, not criticisms, but the biggest, like, points of contempt, I guess, that we had with Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel, of course, was that... What's up, WP? Cheers, all running late. Found an ECBP A124 and it is rough. Yeah, not my favorite A1, or not my favorite Elijah Craig barrel proof release. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Or what am I talking about? I know how it turns out. It's not great. Anyway, I just wanted to see what the toasted barrel was like at barrel proof. And I know that these are just single barrels, but I am curious how these are going to be, especially at younger ages. And I guess with, small batch, at least it's not, 12-year-old that we're used to with barrel proof. So we'll see. That being said, toasted plus high proof equals high hopes. Amen to that. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. That's all the news we got for the week. That basically just leaves us with hanging out for the rest of the hour, which we haven't really done much in a while. I got one more of these bourbons. Then again, every Elijah Craig barrel proof starts bad, then wins blinds a year later. True. Gene, I see your whisper. I will respond to it later, I promise. Or I will at least read it. I can't promise that I will respond to it right away. I'm so sorry. I'm really bad about responding to stuff immediately. But I will check it out. Thank you so much for sending the information. But speaking of toasted bourbons, it's not half bad, y'all. And by that, I mean it's really good. For anybody who doesn't know, of course, I am drinking through the bourbons that are going to be at the TIMBP Live in-person event this year. Just sent your Discord username to further discuss about the suggestion. Cool. Yeah, I will add you on Discord later. I finished up drinking through Audible 2 Discovery 2 because it's twice as full as 4. Remember those sweet metal cork toppers? I do remember those. Anyway, drinking through the bourbons from the brands that are going to be at TIMBP Live 2024 in May in Lexington, which I hope folks are going to be attending. If you have not seen the link for it just yet, here it is. I remembered to turn my microphone back on that time. But we are going to be welcoming Kenny from Bourbon Pursuit to the event as our third co-host for the night. He is going to be hanging out with me and Eric for the entirety of the show. We are going to be welcoming brands, which it's... Oh, please be going in the litter box. Sounds like the litter box. It's going to be Pursuit, Spirits. We also have Dark Arts, Whiskey House, Bardstown Bourbon Company, and RD1 Spirits. They are going to all be there that evening. They're going to have samples available for attendees. There will also be food available for people to taste and munch on while we hang out. We're going to be intermittently interviewing people from the brands that evening as well. So it's not our normal have people come, sit down, listen to us, interview them while, for an hour and a half like we normally do. So it's gonna be a very different show. It's gonna be a whole thing that I'm very much looking forward to, and I think you all are going to you're gonna find some. You're going to find that it's going to be a much different energy. The way that we described it on the podcast this week is that it is kind of going to be like a corner of a bourbon convention. Which is, basically kind of what we've been wanting to do with these events for the whole time that we've been doing it. Trying to think what else. Yeah, it's just going to be an amazing opportunity. I'm very much looking. Hey, Don Nishida. Hello, Don. Very much looking forward to the live show. I'm glad. We just got to get some tickets sold. Honestly, I gotta get out there. The only product that I was not able to get for the stream was some Dark Arts, and that is just because they're not selling in stores at the moment. They're only selling online. But I do have a single barrel of RD1 from our friends over at the Lexington Bourbon Society, which is how we found out about the spot where we are going to be having the live show as well in downtown Lexington at Base 110. And this is just Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, man. 119 proof. I got a couple of other pours I'm probably going to get into before the stream is over. So once this one's done, stick around and don't tell Eric, because I'm going to surprise him with him when we record the podcast tomorrow as well. Discovery 2 at 14, 12, and 10-year all Kentucky bourbons is so good. Got to do a comparison to 11 now. Please do. I'm curious what that comparison is like. That's not dissimilar from Discovery 1 either, is it? I gotta look it up. I have to specify bourbon. Discovery Series 1. Here, I'll share it as well. It was 5% 13 years old, 75% 11 years, 7 months old, 10% 10 years old, and 10% 5 years old. And if I remember correctly, that 5-year-old was Bardstown Bourbon Company's bourbon as well. If I'm not crazy. If I remember correctly. I might be crazy. This would also be the second time in a stream that I've said, don't call me crazy. What is House of Bardstown? Whoa! What is this? I've never seen this before. We invite you to step through the doors of the House of Bardstown and embark on an unparalleled journey of sensory delight. This one-of-a-kind experience invites you to explore the multifaceted world of Bardstown Bourbon. 3 cities, 4 rooms, 1 unbelievable pop... Oh, it's a pop-up experience. Okay. I thought it was like a... I thought it was something that was just always around. I see you don't watch Chad and Sarah. I watch... Okay. This is nothing new, Tony. And this is something I talk about on the podcast quite a bit. I am really bad about watching and listening to other bourbon content and other whiskey content. I just am. Like when I am not doing my own bourbon stuff, I want to listen to and I want to watch non-bourbon stuff. And it's not a like, it's not that I'm trying to, and okay, how do I want to phrase this? It's not that I'm trying to be arrogant or try to like put myself above anybody else. It's purely because I create so much of my own whiskey content that I get a little bit tired of it, first and foremost. And also, I don't want to taint my own opinions or my own ideas or review notes or whatever with what somebody else might say, right? So when I go, and this is the same reason that I don't like reading tasting notes. If I'm going into a review, if I'm going into the review like we did last week of the new Jim Beam Black 7-year-old bourbon, age-stated 7-year-old bourbon, I don't want to see anybody else's review of it until I have done my own, right? When I'm done doing my review, when I've completely finished it and I've removed myself from the edit, I've removed myself from the recording, then I will go back and watch somebody else's review of it to see how I compare to it. But, you know, like actually literally compare notes. But I won't do it prior. And so, like, I just get caught up so much in the, like, I have to not do so much bourbon content and so much whiskey content because, to me, bourbon is not my entire life. You know what I mean? Like, I know that, like, for a lot of people, their entire view of me is their entire view of my life is bourbon, but my entire life is not bourbon. I think that's the best way I can put it. And I'm not trying to. I know you're just teasing me. I'm not. I'm just like and it's less directed at you, and it's more directed at like just a general explanation of like if people are like, oh, you didn't see the Junkies video, or you didn't watch Jason's stream, or you're behind on like Bourbon Pursuit or whatever, and it's like I just like don't have the energy to always be bourboning. I just don't, man. I love it when I do it, but it gets taxing, you know? Bourbon takes it out of you. Like literally it takes it out of you. And I'm not talking about like this is okay. I'm going to get myself in hot water if I'm not. If it paid more, maybe. That's a good point. I mean, that is a good point. But I am thinking about too. The literal poured some Penelope toasted. Nice. I'm thinking about the literal physical implications. And I suffered the consequences, right, of drinking way too much. And I am now trying to lose all of that weight by eating less and drinking less, and now being on medication to encourage my brain to be like, hey, you don't need to drink all of that, and you don't need to eat all that food, because I have another kid on the way, and I want to live for a long time and see both of my daughters grow up and get married and everything. But like I'm talking about like the literal physical toll that it takes on your body, right? And like for me, constantly engaging in that, I can't always be around it because I know personally how it affects me. So I have to do other things. And I love the podcast, and I love the streaming, and I love all this and that and the other. But I have to set up my own personal boundaries. That's just it. That's just it, man. That's just all it is. For better or for worse. I do PowerPoints at work. I don't spend my downtime watching videos of other people doing PowerPoints. There you go. And that's not even to say that like this is entirely work, because it's not. I still love doing the podcast. This is it would be wrong of me to say that like all of this is work. Because I get to drink bourbon and I get to hang out and talk with people, you know? Like it doesn't take that much of a tax on me mentally or emotionally. I mean, for the most part. When I put out a survey for people to fill out, and then William Tenhave, yo, what up? Drinking some 130.4 proof Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye. Greetings from a nice Western Michigan night. That sounds super nice. It's beautiful in Lexington right now too. I should probably go out and enjoy some of it before the evening is over. Time for another meeting. Cheers and have a great week. You too, brother. Take it easy, Don. Thanks for being here. I get it, Perry. Watching Whiskey Tube all week can mean a lot of drinking. You have much more to fill your time. I do. And that's the other thing too. Like I spend so much time editing and working. Like I have a 9 to 5 outside of doing the podcast. And so when I'm not recording and editing, I'm working. And so I try to, when I'm not doing both of those things, I spend it being present with my family. And that's going to get even more intense after September too. So like my presence with Whiskey Tube and Whiskey Podcasting is it's not like it's gonna go down even more. You know what I mean? So it's just I'm in a very particular situation. I want to do all the things and I just can't. But I'm happy where I am. I hope you're happy with where I am too. I'm always going to be here in one capacity or another. But that's just that's Perry catching you up on where he is at the moment, mentally or otherwise. So, there you go. I'm going to take a sip of this RD1. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Ooh, that's good. What is that? That's just straight up buttercream, man. Buttercream frosting. Dadgummit. That is tasty. Not upset with that by any means. All right, I got two more things that are going to... Now I want cake. Hey, there you go, WP. I can tend to forget other people's situations are different. I've gotten uncomfortably comfortable not having a wife or a job or wife/kids. You guys are my family, and I get that too, dude. I am empathetic to a fault too, and I understand that other people don't see my situation as their own either. Don't ever worry about that. It rolls off. It rolls off me. Don't worry about it. I'm the first to apologize. WP, speaking of cake, do you want to know something crazy? Since I've been on this weight loss medicine, this hunger control, I haven't had, since I started it, I've had fast food once. I've had fried food maybe twice. It's crazy. It's crazy. Feeling good, man. I can feel my heart actually operating at a slower pace. That is the craziest thing in the world to me. I can feel. I'm looking. Mark Eminecker, what's up, dude? I'm looking slimmer. Thank you. I appreciate that. I weighed myself today. I weighed myself for the first time. Okay. Let me answer Will's question first, and then I'll talk about this. Have you ever heard anything from Eastern Kill Distillery, formerly called Gray Skies, out of Michigan? I have not. I don't know anything about them, honestly. I don't mean to fish for samples, but if you would... Tony. if you have samples from them that you would like to send me, I think here I'll put the PO box in the chat actually real quick. PO Box 22609, Lexington, Kentucky 40522. Congrats on the success and dedication. Thank you. Real quick, I'll talk about the weight loss thing and then I'll move on. I don't want to harp on it too much because it'll happen as it happens. You'll see it. I don't want to beat a dead horse because that's just not something that I care about doing. Also, I've struggled with the weight thing for so long anyway. I don't want to make a big deal out of it. It's just, ugh. It's not something that I care to talk about too much. But anyway, so I made the mistake of not actually weighing myself before I started the treatment. I did not have a scale on hand either. What was that notification I just got on Twitch? That was weird. Oh, maybe it was saying somebody was live. I bet you that's what it was. I will gladly send some. They just put out an 8-year bottled and bond. They distilled, not MGP. Also a lot of new finished series, port, cognac, etc. Oh, that sounds awesome. Thank you so much for sending that. I appreciate it. We'll talk about it, review it, drink it on the show soon. The actual podcast. We'll do it on the podcast for sure. Anyway, so I thought I had a good idea of where I was weight wise before I started the treatment. I didn't have a scale. I bought a scale yesterday, got here today, weighed myself. I was not a lot. I was a little bit heavier than I thought I was, going into it. So I've got a little bit further to go than I thought I did. So, but the thing is, as far as trajectory goes for me, I don't feel like I'm any further off or that I'm in any murkier water necessarily. The timelines just kind of shifted a little bit as far as I'm concerned. So I appreciate the kind words. I have noticed a difference. I'm getting my face back is what I've been saying. I have noticed the bloat has gone down. I'm definitely getting slimmer through the upper body already. It takes time, man. But we will get there. Don't fixate on numbers, just keep steadily working on it. Yes, I agree. I'm not trying to focus on numbers too much. Wayne, I'm not even a big numbers guy with that either. I was just kind of curious more than anything, and again, I thought I knew where I was, and I was just wrong. I probably won't weigh myself again for another couple weeks to a month. It was just a curiosity thing more than anything. So, that's it. It's literally I'm just. It'll happen when it happens, I'm on the right track. And that's what it is. So, like I said, and I'm by no means wrapping anything up yet either. But here's the other thing too. Drinking less through all of this means I got bottles that I'm going to have for a lot longer than I did before. All those empty calories, they're going away, baby. These bottles are sticking around for a lot longer, man. I got 2 whiskeys. I've struggled for 2 years in a row now to lose the weight, down 20 pounds and no longer in diabetic numbers, so you got to be happy about that. Heck yeah, Tony. Look at you, dude. Congratulations, man. Yeah, that was one of the things too. You know, I'm not on. You were making the Ozempic joke earlier. I'm not on Ozempic. I'm on metformin, which is diabetes medicine. My grandfather was on metformin years ago. He was diabetes type 2. I think it's funny too because, excuse me, my grandfather was on the same, he was on the same depression medicine that I'm on, and have been on since I was 19. Excuse me. So our genetic code must be very, very close. Anyway. Since being on metformin, I think I might have had diabetes. And I just didn't know it. Hi from the living room. Papa Ritter's in the house. Are you watching on the TV? Papa Ritter might be watching on the big new living room TV. Is Mama Ritter there too? SSRIs will not help weight loss. I know they won't, WP. The thing is, though, my quality of life is so much better being... dude, I am. There you go. The thing about being on the depression medicine, though, you always watch on the big screen. That's awesome. SSRIs do not help with weight loss. I know that. My mental quality of life, though, I have to be on it. I just have to be. I have to. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I can't. Anxiety and depression. Sorry. I'm not apologizing to you. I'm apologizing to myself more than anything. Whiskey doesn't affect blood sugar. That's fair. That was just a comment. Oh yeah, I know. I'm on metformin and an SSRI too. Hey, look at that. Hey, the metformin crew. We're all in this together, and we know where the stars are the sea, and we see it. Anyway, I was grabbing bottles for what's everybody's favorite Allman Brothers band song? Great question considering the bad news today. Blue Sky. Always has been, always will be. Always will be Blue Sky. Picking up bottles for the stream. Ran into a store just to see if they had anything. They didn't. Other than one more bottle of my... Oh, it's not going to focus because my face is in the background. Oh, shoot. It's a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof that was bottled on my 30th birthday. I thought I was done finding these. Apparently there's more out there. So I cracked another. There's more. Apparently, there's more out there. Also, this bottle finally got to me. This was picked by the Big Bourbon League. Proof Posse. It's called Old Skeleton Bones. This is a Canadian rye. It's Old Bones Single Barrel Rye Whiskey. 18 years old. 132.4 proof. I have been waiting on this bottle to get to me since December. And it finally showed up on my doorstep today. Not every day that you, in the words infamous words of a whiskey YouTuber. It's not every day you get an 18-year-old. Those are awesome Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. I completely agree. The fact that I have been able to have a few of these that were bottled on my 30th birthday, August 7th, 2023, and that I now know that there are more out there too. I bought one. It's sitting over on my bar back there, which you can't see because of my couch boxes, which have yet to be unboxed and assembled, because I haven't had a chance yet to paint this beautiful wall that was built. Anyway, it's a sliding timeline. Nothing happens on the timeline that you think it will. So you have to adjust. Anyway, I thought I was done finding these that were bottled on my birthday, my 30th birthday, and I now know that there are more out there. So I'm going to basically just buy as many of these as I can and have a stockpile of them. And yeah, it'll be a nice little saving grace, whatever. 2 days after mine. Were you born August 5th? Really? August 6th is my dating anniversary with Lucy, my wife. We started dating the day before my 17th birthday. We've been together ever since. Oh! This is everything I want in a Jack Daniel's single barrel. Like, this is genuinely... like, when I first started getting into Jack Daniel's barrel proofs, this was what I wanted. It hooked me immediately, and I was floored. Fruity, almondy, oaky. There's a little bit of toffee. What proof is it? Also, Bourbon Hunter, what's up? It's good to see you. This guy is 131.6 proof. It's just, it is just right. Little bit of cinnamon too. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's all it needs. A little bit of char. know what I want to do? I just want to go sit out by a fire. Just start a fire and smoke a cigar. Just hang out. It's the perfect weather for it. Unless it's raining. Has it started raining yet? It was supposed to rain. I guess it never did. Huh, what do you know? It's still beautiful out. Okay. Fantastic. Not sure what your cigar of choice is, but if you can find Leaf by Oscar, don't sleep on it. Oh, Oscar Maduro? Ooh. Bring out the acoustics, sing some songs, and drink bourbon. Sounds nice. Will, I just might have to do that. I am... excuse me. I'm a big Connecticut guy. But honestly, I might go a little bit darker than Connecticut with these. They're awesome cigars. The brand is Oscar and the name of the cigar is Lee. Yeah. I got you, homie. Hanging on to that one. Oh, they look good. I haven't had a cigar in months. It has been a long... It's been a long time since I've had a cigar. Excuse me. All right. Trying this Old Bones single barrel rye whiskey. 18 years old. Canadian rye for anybody who didn't. You missed it. It's been years. Dad, we talked about doing cigar night on vacation. So, I still think that's going to happen. Speaking of cigars and tobacco. Holy smokes. Pun unintended. Oh my gosh. It just smells like a humidor. This is perfect cigar rye. I just got real relaxed smelling. Oh my gosh. Is Jack barrel proof rye hard to find in Kentucky? My local Meyer is flush. 10 plus cases in 2 local stores. Just got store picks. It is extremely hard to find down here. The whiskey, the the barrel proof whiskey or bourbon or whatever you want to call it is not as hard to find down here. But the rye, I have not seen a single bottle of the barrel proof rye down here, honestly. All right. Golly, the color. Beautiful. All right. My last pour of the evening. Cheers, everybody. Whoa. That had to have been a first fill barrel. I mean, it is every bit 18 years old. It's so dry. Oh my gosh. Dry and oaky, man. But it is delicious. I'm gonna have to okay. I'm gonna take one more sip because I do not think my palate was ready for anything that dry. It's so good. I haven't had a whiskey this old in so long. Okay, sorry. Hang on. I misspoke. It's 18 years, 10 months. So it's closer to 19 years. I want that. Oh my gosh. Palate was not ready for almost 19-year-old whiskey. We are going to go for the lightest little drop of water. Okay. Just to see how it opens up. Slap a camel? Absolutely. It is the darkest toffee notes. Wow. Oh gosh. The water brought out so much of the alcohol. It made it really, really floral though. Once you get past the ethanol, I mean it It makes it extremely floral. A little musty, too. I think my glass clinked on the microphone. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting this, but we might actually go into a little bit of extra innings. What is that? What is that? Is that cayenne? Durf draw? What are you talking about, WP? Peggy at TIMBP Weekend 2023 taught us to blow into the glass to knock down the ethanol. That made it like grapey and rosy. What on earth? That was the latest sub? That's crazy. Why did that show up like that? All right, thanks Durf Draw for the latest sub. I need to take that notification off. Actually, I need to take both of those notifications off. I did that back when we were still trying to hit 1,000 subs on YouTube. Will, I love when you and Eric do the try it a bunch of ways, but for the love of everything, diet. But for the love of everything, Diet Dr. Pepper is better than Coke Zero, and I really like Coke Zero. Diet Dr. Pepper and Turkey 101 might be the best drink ever. All right. Hey, dude, I'm open to it. I'm definitely going to try it. Whiskey Uncensored, this guy again. All right. All right, brother. Look. If you can't handle the sauce, get out of the pot. Okay? If you don't... Ben, it's good to see you. Is nobody else live right now? I am the pot. I am the pot. You don't understand. Ben, by the way, this monster showed up at my doorstep today. And that is what I'm drinking on. Drinking on it with a little bit of water. Nolan rules. I might have done 5 to 6 picks with him in the last 2 weeks. Holy moly. Did Sam send you that? No, Chris sent me my bottle. Man, I haven't done a barrel pick in it's been a minute. I legitimately have not done a barrel pick in a while. I miss it. Ben, we were in the same Facebook chat, the same group chat on Facebook about it. Samson. Didn't we? What's going on? What are we doing? We need a new Timbit pick. Hold on. Let me address. Hold on. That's Chris's pick. I thought that was the 10 or 15 year shelfer. No, yeah, this is the old bones, the proof posse, old skeleton bones. Yeah, the 18-year-old. We need a new Timbit pick. I don't disagree with that. I don't know if you got the barrel rye Armagnac finish pick. Nolan's the owner of Backbone. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Will, I don't know if you got the barrel rye Armagnac finish pick. I think there are still bottles of that available. The link should still be in the description. That is one of the best picks, if not the best pick that we've done. Out there, the Yak Attack. It's incredible. Our problem with barrel picks is that they just don't sell that quickly. I hate to say it, but they just don't. And it I want to do more barrel picks. I just can't get them to move that quickly. The link is broken? Really? Really? Huh. Oh, I wonder if it... Oh. Who'd you do the pick with? We did it with the Whiskey Ring podcast. David Levine. Whiskey in my wedding. Yep. It's an amazing pick. I don't know if it's not available anymore or if it's sold out or what. I'll have to ask Dave. I'm sorry the link's broken, but anyway. I think that about does it for this evening. This has been a long stream, both on Twitch and YouTube, but I appreciate you guys hanging around. Sorry that there was some technical difficulties at the top, but this has been a lot of fun. Riffmas did sell out quickly, but that was with the Nashville Bourbon Society. Dave not here, Mrs. Dorrance. Yeah, Riffmas did sell out quickly. It was a different we can talk about that offline. Send me a DM on Instagram, Will. I'm sorry, Pat. What are you doing? Wait, Pat, when'd you get in here? Clifton's going live in an hour. Do we need to hang out on... actually, Lucy's going to be home with Eden in a little bit. So, regardless, I love you guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me for a bit. It's been over 2 hours. What am I talking about? See y'all real soon. I appreciate you. See you next week. Until then, though, I'm Perry. This has been TIMBP Live. Hang in there until next time. And stay golden, Pony Boy. What? I don't know. Bye.